Hey, what's up YouTubers? Lee John Blackmore here at Super Easy Guitar. Welcome to another Electric Tuesday. So this week I want to cover improvised solos on a single string. You saw me in the beginning, improvised just one take, okay, and making it up as I was going along. I actually put the chords down. That was also one take as well, so it's just a basic kind of progression. I'll take you through that. But what I was doing over the top, just kind of going down on the one string or back up, and I'm just on the B string there, and then from time to time I would go over to the G string. And so on, okay? And also I put in a few little swells in the beginning, so I can show you how to do that as well. Now, this is in the key of B minor, and at the beginning I'm kind of doing these single notes. And coming down the scale. So what's going on there is, I'll explain it to you. It's what we call intervals. So the first finger is on the G string at the 4th fret. That's B, okay? Let's put this a bit clearer. Now, what I'm then doing, I'm skipping the B string and I'm playing the 7th fret on the top E. And I'm just plucking with the thumb, or you can do it with the guitar pick. And they're exactly the same note, except they're 8. This is 8 tones away, it's why we call it an octave, okay? If I move it down 1, sounds a bit kind of weird. That's what we call a major 7, okay? If I move it down another one, I've got 7 or a dominant 7. If I move it down again, you've got it. I've got a 6th. Okay, and then you can have a sharp 5 or an augmented, then a 5th. We all know about the 5th. Then a flat 5th. And then I'm just playing an open there, or I could go to the 5th fret on the B string, and that would be a 4th, perfect 4th. So, or suspended, okay? And then the next note would be actually, if I wanted to do the whole chromatic scale, it would be a major third. So now I'm 4th fret on the B string, then a minor third, 3rd fret on the B string, a second, a flatted second, and then back to unison. Now, I mean, people call these intervals all different things. It's just the terms I use, okay? So just by understanding, going down chromatically, you kind of work out what they are, all right? And that will help you understand chords as well. So, you know, if you've got a B major 7, it's going to have that note in it, okay? Which is A sharp. So if I do a B major 7, sorry, there's your A sharp. If I flatten that A sharp to A, it becomes A7. So there's just a little bit of theory behind what I was doing. Now the notes I was playing, well, I'll give you the fret names if you don't know the notes. So I'm starting with that B, 4th fret on the G, then 7th fret on the top E. Dropping down to the dominant 7th, okay, which is the 5th fret on the top E. 7. Then I'm going to the 3rd fret. Okay, that's the augmented sharp 5, and then going down to the 5. You can hear my guitar's a little bit out of tune, but that's fine. And then playing the open, suspended, or the perfect 4th. Put my second finger down on the 3rd fret. The minor 3rd. The 2nd, and then 2nd fret, and then unison. Okay, so that's all that was going on in that beginning. You could play it in an octave. It's kind of cool. So it's exactly the same. Above the 12th fret, it's just a mirror image of what's going on. Then I just went into this B minor really, or you can just play a B5 power chord. Okay, so it's just 2nd fret on the A string, 4th fret on the D, 4th fret on the G. Then leave the 3rd and 4th finger on. Remove the 1st finger. That exposes the open A. Then I can use my 2nd finger to hit the 3rd fret on the bottom E. Remove it to expose the open E. Always going back to this, haven't moved my 3rd and 4th finger. Then playing F sharp, the 2nd fret on the bottom E. 3rd fret, the G. Then I'm just sliding that position up. So my 2nd finger's in the 5th fret on the E string, my 3rd finger's on the 5th fret on the D, and my pinky's 6th fret on the G. Okay, and I kind of messed around with these alternative chords. What was I doing? So there I've got the C sharp on my 2nd finger, okay, which is the 9th fret on the bottom E. Then I'm playing the 8th fret on the D and the 11th fret, sliding to the 12th fret on the G. You can move that whole position down to the 5th fret and then to the 3rd fret. And then I was just removing the bottom, the 2nd finger to expose the bottom E. F sharp and G if you want, and it just circles round. So now, you know, because I'm in B minor, I've got that minor 3rd there. So the first thing to do before we add the swells is work out what notes are going to sound nice over the top. So just by trial and error, what I want you to do is just with one finger go up the fretboard on just the B string. Start off on the 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 8th, 10th, 12th, 14th, 15th, 17th, that'll probably do. You could go even higher, 19th, 20th, 21 if you want to go crazy. So it's just a case of picking one position and getting comfortable. Now I'll go up here to show you the swells. Okay, so all swells are is you have your volume turned down. This only really works on the Fender style guitars, okay, because you've got the volume quite close. Make sure you're in the correct setting. I've got the volume quite close to the strings here, and all I'm doing, I've turned that down to about 4 or 5. So when I pluck, you'll probably be able to hear it because of the mic, but the audience won't be able to hear it. And as I pluck, I'm turning it up with my finger underneath my guitar pick. So I don't always get it perfect. I'm just holding on the 14th fret here on the B. And you can go between 14 and 15, and then perhaps 12. And you can kind of get a feel for it, and it's not perfect, you know, you wouldn't really want to play it that fast. And I'm adding a little bit of vibrato, you can see. And you can hear it vibrating, you don't have to do that. Like people like Jeff Beck will use, they'll use their thumb or his finger, and that just gives a softer attack. So if you prefer to get rid of the guitar pick and just use fingers, it's the same technique but with your thumb, okay? So it's a case of just improvising and seeing what sounds really nice over that. So if you familiarized yourself with that positioning, that scale positioning on the B string, you can do it with one finger actually. So no crazy stretches, you know, you don't need to do that in the beginning. And then once you're comfortable with the B string, move over to that G. Or one finger. Some are going to sound nicer than others. It's trial and error. Guess and what you think sounds nice. So if you play the backing track, which I'll do shortly, you'll hear what notes sound nice and what notes don't sound nice. Now, when I'm playing, you probably think I'm following some sort of rule. I'm not. And that's probably why it's quite bad most of the time. But I'm just trial and error. I'm guessing. And, you know, I could go crazy. I could do some crazy stuff over the top, but I was trying to keep it simple so you understand, you know, playing guitar solos doesn't have to be technical. So something I didn't mention originally is that I got the reverb turned up really high on this, and that'll really help you, okay? So here we go with the swells. I'm just going to pick 14 on the G or 14 on the B. Just one finger. Now if you can't do the swells, let me show you what you can do. Tune. You can hear now I've turned the reverb down on the guitar. bit of a bend there. Go over to the G string. So I'm kind of going up, back a bit, then back up again. You're going to make mistakes, that's okay, leave them in, just roll with them. Don't think, oh, I've made a mistake, what am I going to do? Just play through it, okay? It's completely normal. And obviously you could use the top E as well. And it's just a case of finding what notes sound nice and what you think sounds cool over the top. It's just really, there are no rules. There's no right and no wrong. If you hit a wrong note, it's going to stand out, okay? And get used to playing certain patterns that sound right, or that sound good to you at least anyway. And that's really what it's all about. So you can keep it simple in the beginning. You don't have to know all these crazy scales. You don't have to know all this positioning. You can work on that later on, okay? So just keep it simple, improvise, and have fun with it. I'll put the backing track at the end. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's lesson. Please don't forget, hit that subscribe button if you'd like to receive my weekly updates. As always, guys, I super appreciate your support. Check out some of my links below. If you got any requests or ideas for videos, please hit me up over on Instagram, and I'll see you again the same time next week.